Hi Capricorn! Hi, welcome to your monthly reading. This is your reading for the month of October 2019. Alright, so let's just jump right in. Okay, so Capricorn, let me stretch. Okay, Capricorn, what I'm seeing, generally speaking for you, is that in the month of October, if you haven't started already, you're going to find that you're going to be laying to rest something that you really wanted, and you're going to be leveling up in some way. Now, why did I say that? Well, because I'm seeing these three cards here. First of all, under here we have mature woman. So I'm seeing that there's something, and that's under here is under the Nine of Cups, which is wishes fulfilled. We see this mature woman is a 6 card. I'm seeing the 9 and 6 inverted, right? So what I'm seeing here is that in the month of October, Capricorn, you are going to be coming into a level of maturity and awareness regarding something that you've always wanted. Now, I have to be honest, I am picking up that this is a love relationship. And of course, Capricorn, you could be this person having that awareness, or you could be the other person and they are having this awareness. But whatever it is, when it comes to, when it comes to this Nine of Cups, this thing that you've been wanting for so long, I feel like it's a relationship, okay? So let's take a look at that relationship or that thing. Now, I'm seeing the Ten of Swords in reverse. This tells me that this is something that's super painful. It's been stressing you. It's like a monkey on your back. It's like, but it's something that you refuse. I'm getting that. You refuse to let go. You refuse to put down. And it's almost like God even put you on a boat, because here I'm seeing the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is that card where it's a walking away card. I'm actually seeing the Eight of Cups, the other walking away card, and the Six of Swords. But when we see the Six of Swords, the idea is making positive movement forward. But as she's making her movement forward, I'm seeing that she's still carrying this thing. What is this thing? It's this thing that gives her a lot of stress, a lot of strife, and it's something that she should be, you know, in the interest of moving on, it's something she should be dropping, something she should be getting out of contact with, getting out of communion with, whatever you'd like to say it as. I'm also seeing that this thing is also beating you over the head. It's like something that is giving you a lot of mental stress. It's something that is just on your mind all the time. I'm seeing that here as well in the Nine of Swords. And just to get an idea of what that looks like, this is her in bed, right? Thinking, overthinking. But actually, I'm seeing that happening throughout the day. It's just happening all the time with this situation, whatever this is, this a relationship or this thing that you just can't seem to walk away. For some of you, I'm feeling that it's not so much a person, but a lifestyle. Like, for example, I'm seeing that maybe there's a chance for you to get out of the hood or get out of the ghetto, for example. I'm getting that for a specific reason. It's for somebody, but maybe there's a chance for you to get out of the ghetto, but it's like there's something about it that you just can't leave. Like you just can't, even though you know there's nothing there for you. You know that the streets are bare, there's nothing to offer you, but you just won't leave, even though you've had chances to. Maybe you've had chances to do that by joining some kind of group or organization. I'm seeing like a church organization that would require you to do some traveling. It would keep you away from home. It would keep you out of the ghetto for a while, you know. And I'm seeing, and that could very well lead on to something better for you. But I'm seeing that you are, you know, choosing to stay there. So either way, I'm seeing also that this thing has brought you and continues to bring you conflict, this relationship, and when it comes to this relationship, I'm just seeing like it could very well be an unrequited love situation, because I'm seeing, I don't mean to be like raunchy, but my job is to, you know, be the messenger, but I'm seeing here this person, and it's almost like I'm seeing one nipple and he's just like, suck my titty. I hate that word, by the way, but that's what I'm hearing him say as a woman, you know. So I'm just like, there's this energy that I'm feeling in your field where it's just like trying to get this person, compel this person to just come towards you. And I'm seeing here it's kind of like this energy of not knowing when to quit, never knowing when to quit. And I'm getting here that this is your energy as well, where, yes, Song of the Siren, there it is, summoning. It's like calling this person, like, and you keep trying to call this person in and keep trying to get them to come to you and seducing them and just in whatever way, and it's just, it's not happening, and it's not a clean energy. I'm seeing it's 5, there's a 5 card as well. So I'm getting that. Also with this card that I just put back, I'm getting this idea that this person knows that it's almost like the energy, what was it? My mind is moving so fast. What is it? Yeah, there's a certain sense of getting used to that lifestyle, getting used to functioning in this way, getting used to the pain, getting used to carrying this with you, getting used to it knocking you upside the head and not giving you a moment's rest, getting used to this vicious cycle of just pulling this person in and trying to get them. It's see how I'm talking really fast? It's like over compulsion, trying to compel this person, and it's just so much. Why? Because this is your 9 of Cups. This is your 9 of Cups. To you, when you look at this person or this thing, this is what it looks like. It's like your son, like he's like trying to reach out to it. But you know, somebody looking in from the outside is like, what? This is the ghetto, dude. You are not a ghetto queen. Get out of here. That's kind of like the idea. Or what? You like this guy, dude? He played you so hard. You know, we thought you were a guitar. Like, what's going on? But to you, this is what that person or this thing looks like. And it's giving you stress, but it's getting to the point where you're starting to, on some level, like it. Now, I know it's like, I don't like it. I don't like not having sleepless. I don't like having sleepless nights. But I'm seeing here that there's a payoff. It's the kind of payoff that comes with an addiction. So I'm seeing here that you're becoming addicted to this person or this thing and this lifestyle and whatnot. Oops. Take a look at these 2 cards. They're mirroring each other, so I'm going to pull them. The Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. Now, in a sense, I like to see these 2 cards here, because this tells me that you would be using your intuition, you're aware of what's going on, and you're not afraid to act on that intuition and make the cuts where necessary. But when I look at this, I'm seeing these 2 cards here in the energy field, but I'm seeing you actively ignore it, you know? Oops. You're ignoring it. In a sense, like, this is you. You've got your little dagger fan that, you know, you can make the cuts as needed. And you've got the intuition coming into you from the High Priestess, but yet you're not making that cut. And that goes back to this 7 of Swords in reverse. Whenever we have the 7 of Swords, it in the upright, it shows that some major situation that has caused a lot of pain is coming to an end. And, you know, you may be worse for the wear, but it's coming to an end, and the next step is rebirth. But in this case, it's just coming across as a situation that you're refusing to let go. Now, as I see that, I'm seeing, going back down to this here, because we were just describing this thing, going back down to this, I'm seeing this 6 card, you, looking very, it's almost like, okay, as I'm looking at her face, let's look together. First of all, the energy of her that I'm getting from her is kind of like this indignant, no, not indignant, this, what's the word, it's the word stagnant, not stagnant, resistant, thank you. It's the resistant energy, but at the same time on her face and in her hands, I see that she knows we're coming for her. We're coming for her. Spirit is coming for her. And they're like, hi, we've sent you 3 messages in your mailbox. We've called your, you know, answering machine. We've even emailed you, hi, but now we're at your door and thank you for letting us in. What's going on? And she's like, oh God, now they're here. I know I have to give this up now. So in the month of October, Capricorn, you definitely, I see you giving it up, all right? I see you doing what you know needs to be done, and I know that it's a hard thing. Trust me, I have compassion for you, okay? We've all been in that situation, or are currently, but whatever, in that situation where the very thing that we see as our 9 of Cups, we may not actually be seeing it correctly, right? But we're seeing it as our 9 of Cups, and the world is asking us to give it up, and I see that, and I have compassion for it. And so whatever that thing is, though, I do see you taking it and laying it to rest. So I'm going to put that here. And in fact, that card is coming out right underneath the Queen of Swords, who's not afraid of making the cuts. Now, as you give it up, I'm seeing that what's going to happen for you is that you're still going to have, you're going to have a wish of some sort, I guess. It's not going to be the wish that you wanted, but it's still something. So let's take a look at, for example, say you wanted to move into this big house with this man that you wanted to be his wife. Let's put it that way. You wanted to move in as his wife, and you wanted to have a home, and you wanted to raise a house with kids, and you wanted that family atmosphere with this guy, and for whatever reason it's just not working out with him. And oops, excuse me. Okay, that reminds me, I have to go here after. Thank you, Spirit. Now, once you lay that to rest, then it turns out, take a look, she still gets to live in a big house and have it filled with people and children and community, but guess what? She's moving in as the nanny, for example, or moving in as a boarder in the house, or a chef, or a maid or something. She's not moving in as a married woman into her own house and having kids. And so, but the thing is that what Spirit is trying to say is you won't have that 9 of Cups here, but you'll have the 39. No, I'm kidding. Like, okay, thanks. No, but they're saying that you're still going to have some wishes fulfilled. See, she still has some roses and flowers here. In the case that, look, she's still living in a big house. There's still community, a sense of community. There's still going to be happiness in that household. The question is, how does she choose to receive that? Is she going to be okay with that? Is she going to be okay not having her wish exactly the way that she wanted? Now, I will say this. Sometimes we think that we want the husband, for example, or we think that we want the job, or we think that we want this whatever, this house. But actually what we really want is to have the feeling that goes along with that. The feeling of being wanted, the feeling of being attractive, the feeling of being loved, all sorts of things. And we forget that those feelings can come through just as strongly in another situation. We don't need that bed, we don't need that car, we don't need that specific person, we don't need that to reach that level of happiness. Our vision is just so small, right? And so that's why Spirit comes in to kind of help us expand that. I know, trust me, I know. I'm in Aries, I complain a lot, I don't like not getting my way. I know, okay, that it's not the same thing. Like, I wanted this person as my husband. I wanted to move into our house. Now you're telling me that I'm going to be happy and reach the same amount of happiness by moving in as a nanny in somebody else's house? No, man. I'm just living in one of the boarding rooms there, and dude, no, that's not happiness for me. But what Spirit is saying is that, yes, it will be, and that you have to see it that way. Look, listen, I can't do a hard sell. You're gonna have to ask God to make make the rest of that marketing pitch, because I'm struggling to come to that, okay? So, but I'm seeing where Spirit is. God bless. Now, take a look up here in these cards, and they're lovely cards. Let's pull them over. Okay. Ta-da! So, I love, Capricorn, that I'm seeing this here. Oh, 9. Now, you may not have your 9 of Cups, but it's going to get you where you need to go. Where you need to go is on the path of its ascension. And they're telling me, oh, gracias a Dios, they're so great. They're telling me right now that let's run with the analogy of the nanny, right? She's moving into this house as a nanny. She's occupying one of the twin beds in a room. And she doesn't have a man, she doesn't this. It's not her property, but she's here. And, the kids don't belong to her. But what they're saying is that if you had gotten your 9 of Cups, then you wouldn't have been in a position to have the time. I think time is here. You wouldn't have had the time to do what it is that they want you to do. to be here. So imagine her, if this were her husband and her child and then her household, as the mistress of the house, she'd have a lot of things to do. She'd be running up and down, she'd be this, that. If she would be too busy to be working on the spiritual ascension that is needed for her. And ascension stuff is not, I mean, I don't know, but I feel that it's not something that presents itself in every lifetime. You know, maybe you have to live these 7 lifetimes, put in the hard grunt work, and then, wow, in the 8th lifetime, you can take all these elements from all the things that you've learned. You've got a lot of lessons accumulated, and you have a chance in that 8th lifetime to really move into a higher level. And in that lifetime, just as any sports player who's about to go into a game, they don't need distractions. You know, don't talk to a person who's about to go onto the field right before the game, because they're not listening to you. They're tuning you out. They're getting in the zone. And think about it as this situation, Spirit is saying. So you're not going to get that 9 of Cups. We get it. But you're going to have exactly what you need so that you can have the time and the wherewithal to get to what you actually really, really want and what you came down here for, which is this ascension opportunity. Now, that being said, here's another 9 card. Cosmic Heart, Cosmic Christ. Look at the mirroring here between the 3. First of all, oops, can you see? First of all, I feel these 2 women are the same women. Look at the face and the jawline, everything. And then look at her. She's mirroring this guy in his posture. This is mirroring here. So, I'm seeing that you guys are definitely going to be leveling up. Look at you. You're the chef. You're that nanny. Again, you may not have that 9 of Cups. You may not be sitting here in the physical next to that person that you wanted. But look, right now she's off shift. The child is away on vacation into grandparents' house or whatever, and now her days are free and she's free to come and go as she pleases. Here she is walking in the garden, having a seat, and just being at one with herself, meditating, enjoying the flowers. And look, this is this combination, male and female. And look at that Holy Spirit. This is duality coming into union. And look at Ascension. So these are the cards of somebody who is truly, truly being given the space and the time to move up. Listen, in your 9th lifetime, next lifetime, let's say that, for example, it's your 9th, you're going to be in a whole nother state of mind. You'll have more opportunity to do things. But for right now, I think, Capricorn, it's game time. I'm hearing some of you say, but what about if we came to this reading and we're already in a relationship? What about that? Does that mean, like, are we going to cut this relationship out, or what's going on with that? Well, let's ask Spirit. Give me a sec, okay? 1 sec. Okay, I got it. Got the answer. I paused for like 3 seconds. Well, I got that answer. Now, if you're already in a connection, first of all, oh my God, does he have a brother? Just kidding. Congratulations. Now, I'm seeing this here. Look at these 2 people. They're in a connection. First of all, some of you are in a connection that, not all of you, but some of you, I'm seeing a connection. Just be careful with the balancing, okay? To make sure that there's equal give and take, because I'm seeing her overpower him a little bit. And so on the one hand, I'm feeling like if this is you, Capricorn, be careful not to be in a place where you're overpowering your mate, or vice versa, of course. Because I'm seeing in this picture, it's like one person, this woman, seems like she's definitely in control here, but the other guy, the other person, seems like he's kind of like getting the breath sucked out of him a bit, or even worse, like she's pushing it into his mouth, you know. I'm seeing, and he seems a little empty, seems a little vulnerable, he seems like he's intimidated and not in his masculinity, and he's not like, you know, saying no, more gentle please, and he's not standing up for himself, he's just allowing himself to be used. So watch that, okay? Now, this could also be the dynamic that we were seeing here as well for those people. But let's go back. For those who are in a relationship, I'm seeing, and it's good, I'm seeing that 6 and 2 is 8. I'm seeing that you might need to take I'm sorry, can you see that? 6 and 2 is 8. I'm seeing that you might need to take a quick pause from them. Not a pause like, oh my God, I'm going to break up with you. Let's take 6 months apart. Not like that. I mean a moment where you take some me time for yourself. In that sense, I'm seeing here, this person is you, and you're like, okay, honey, I'm going up to the surface really quickly. Let me get some air. And he gives you some air, and then you're like, be right back, bye. And as you go, you're swimming over, you're coming to meet yourself. So I'm seeing, this is not a breakup, by the way. I'm not seeing this as a breakup. Maybe you can be like, I'm going to go away on a weekend, yay, a weekend somewhere. Or it could be just you pulling inward. Like maybe he'll notice you've been going to bed a little earlier, or he's noticing that you're starting to read before bed, or he'll notice like, wow, I feel like we've been watching TV, but you've been so silent lately. What's going on? What's going on inside? And you might talk about it with him. And so in answer to your, I almost said in answer to your prayer. So maybe this is a prayer for somebody. Maybe somebody needed that time and is afraid to ask for it, or just there's a prayer somewhere being answered and Spirit is acknowledging it. But what I'm seeing here is that you're going to be coming into contact with yourself. This is all about self. And I feel that if you have a person there, you're not necessarily going to be asked to give them up. It's about you coming in to you and looking at parts of you that need to be released. Oh, that's so nice. I felt that part was an answer for me. Thank you. So see her on the right side. These are both the same woman. But I'm seeing this part of her represents the resistant part. It's the part that's resisting healing. It's the aggressive part. It's the part that's keeping her stuck a little bit. So the two of them, so she's like, bye, I'll be right back. She goes and she, goes inward, whether it's journaling. I'm seeing dancing for some at the gym, like Zumba or whatnot, just taking classes, having fun. For some of you, I'm seeing you going back to your parents' house, spending a weekend or two, under the guise of visiting family, but really you're taking that time out for yourself. Because if you look at your house, mom and dad are like, they're watching TV, they're doing their thing, and you're having your nice hot beverage in a bedroom somewhere, just relaxing, and you're thinking. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing some of you still being surrounded by kids, but you're more focused on yourself at the time. So long story short, you're going to be, what you'll be giving up, if you're in a relationship and it's healthy, what you'll be giving up is not the relationship. It's those aspects of yourself that need to be cleared. And in a sense, that's what everybody's giving up, right? Yes, and always with giving up, there's a sense of acceptance as well. There's got to be a sense of acceptance and needing to accept whatever reality and whatever truth that is. All right, let's move on, Capricorn. Okie dokie. So let's take a closer look, because I'm seeing the 5 of Swords victory card. Now, we all know that the 6 of Wands is a true victory card. We love it. We love it, love it, love it. But 5 of Swords is also the victory card, but this is the kind of victory that's like forced victory, empty victory. There's a sense of the negative, hard-won victory, right? Look at him. He's bedraggled. And he's got all these swords. These aren't his swords. He claimed them. Right? So whenever I look at this card, I look to see what energy is coming with it. With this card, I'm seeing a resistant energy. There's going to be a victory over resistance. Resistance, right? So what kind of resistance? That's the resistance that I was picking up here in this card, where there's this thing, either behavioral or person or, relationship or thing that you should be giving up, but you haven't been giving up, and you've been resisting that giving up. So I'm seeing that you're going to have, in the month of October, Capricorn, you're going to have a victory over that situation. Now, a victory over that situation, that resistance, let's look at all the things that you will be giving up, that you'll be having a victory over. You're going to be having a victory over your resisting the need to move full speed ahead in terms of being healthy, being in your own space, letting go of this relationship. Because when I see this, the Chariot card, I sometimes see that this energy, oops, let's see if we can zoom that in. I sometimes see that this energy, this divine energy and light coming, I see it coming down and needing to sever this bond between these two horses. And sometimes it's because one of these horses is no good. And, you know, or whatever it is, they just need, that's part of the healing. But in this case, I'm seeing that there is resistance to doing that. So there's going to be a victory in this month as you let this thing go. That will be considered a victory. I'm also seeing that there's going to be a victory in terms of your perspective. So remember, as I said, you've had this 9 of Cups in your mind's eye for quite some time. It's something that you've wanted for a long time, and you want it the way you want it. For example, you want to marry that person and have a house with that person and raise a family with that person. But I'm seeing that the sun is going to come in and illuminate, and it's going to really put some balance into your situation and show you that what you're actually wanting is not necessarily what you think you want. So there's going to be a victory in perspective, where you're going to have your perspectives cleaned. Amen. I'm also seeing that you're going to have a victory when it comes to your decision making, because here I'm seeing this person being between two minds, and sometimes going backward. When I see this card, I often see this person going backward, having trouble moving forward, going backward and forward at the same time. So I think that this person is conflicted, and they move forward and they go back as it pleases them. Now okay guys, listen, we all watch YouTube readings, and even your favorite YouTube readers watch YouTube readings. We just do it. It's just, I guess it's the community we're in, and it's fun, and it's, you know, it helps. It's like therapy sometimes, but you do have to be careful, because on the one hand, you'll watch videos that say, this person's coming back. And then later the same day, you'll watch videos that says, this person, it's time to cut them out of your life. And they both seem right to you. And why? Because they match your mood. So this is an example of moving backward and forward, right? Praise it, right? Preach it. And so the best thing before you start watching videos, and listen, I need to practice what I preach, is to sit down and get into the right frame of mind. I'm seeing that here with this card, this lady, you know, in the Om position, and get into a high vibration where you're asking for truths to come in. So come to readings in a high vibration. Sometimes I know we're feeling broken, but we do have to attune ourselves to at least pull in the truth. Otherwise, we will pull in readings that just confirm our feelings. And dear God, we know that's not cool. So long story short, you're going to have a victory over this back and forth action, this indecision that you're feeling and have been feeling regarding this situation. And finally, I'm seeing that there's going to be a victory for sure over any deception within you or within your relationship as well. I'm seeing there's a denial here as well. There are things that you're not acknowledging. You're like, he still loves me, he's still this and that, but yet he's not actually calling you, you know? Well, maybe he's thinking about it. Maybe he really just wants to find a way to come forward, like those readings said, and maybe he just isn't, you know, there. And maybe God's trying to say that, but you're choosing not to listen. That's an issue of perspective. It's right underneath here. And you know what? I don't blame you, because when we are dealing with heavy emotional things, especially, look, it says Ascension. I mean, come on, this is clearly a big thing, and that's why that's on the docket here. But especially when there's karmic stuff involved, heavy emotions, I don't blame you. You've got emotions vying for your attention, vying for your mind. How can you be asked to think and be logical at a time when your emotions are just running rampant? So the best thing to do is to just try and be as calm as possible. Don't act out, you know, let things pass. Go to sleep. There's power in going to sleep and hitting that reset button. And sometimes I know you wake up in the morning and you wake up having forgotten about it, and then in a second it all hits you again and you're like feeling empty again. I get that. But even that passes. But for whatever it's worth, I'm telling you, there's going to be a victory here for you. It's going to be a hard-won victory, but it's going to be a victory nonetheless. You're going to finally let this person or this toxic energy go, or these behavioral patterns within yourself go. You're going to come to terms with some truths. You're going to be more authentic and honest with yourself. You're going to see life for the way it is, and you're going to be in a better state of mind to make decisions. So you're laying to rest whatever this thing is. I think that as you do that, oopsies, as you come more into that space, I'm such a perfectionist, I don't want my cards to move. As you do that, I see you finally being able to be in a place where you can give birth to new things. Look at her and her. It's funny because these two cards came out side by side. Was it these two cards? No, it wasn't these two cards. Okay. But both of these cards, to me, mirror each other. They seem like giving birth. But only one of these people actually has something to give birth to. Look, cute. There isn't anything there for this person, but see how they're holding themselves? This is a 5 card. To me, this looks like turmoil. But I want you to get out of this energy here. Look at all these thoughts. When we're feeling blue and we're feeling down about things, we leave ourselves open to parasites, we leave ourselves open to negative energy, thought forms, entities, whatever that attach themselves to us. So I want you to raise your vibration so that you can spin these things out of your field. It's almost like you're this, oh really? Oh, Spirit's saying this, really? It's almost like you become this spirit web, they're saying, this spirit spider web, and you catch all these things as you go. Gross. And we've all been there before, because I know if you've ever been in depressed moods, and like you'd be surprised. So when you start to raise your vibration, these things can no longer be attracted to you. They literally will be repelled from you. They get spun out of your web, so to speak, out of your field, because you're too high of a vibration. So please feel free to start bringing in comedies. Make sure you watch a comedy every night, at least 2 comedies a day. The stupidest, funniest comedies you can find. Maybe at first you won't laugh at many of the jokes, but if you can get one chuckle just because it's just so dumb, then that will be great. And as you're doing that, you're filling your brain with absurdity and funny situations, whether it makes its way out of your mouth. And sooner or later, you're going to find yourself laughing, and you're going to start to excuse me, be in a different frame of mind. But I'm seeing you moving from here to here, and sooner than later, you're gonna find yourself in a gestation period. Beautiful. Look. Aww. Can you imagine what the mermaid baby looks like? Adorbs. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, let's put that there. Baby's cute. Okay, let's come over here. Okay, I'm back, like magic. When I first laid these cards, when I lay the cards, I just get impressions of them sometimes as I'm laying. And when I first was laying these cards, I looked upon this as maybe there's a teenager watching, like maybe 16, I'm feeling like 15, 16, 17. Maybe there's a teenager watching, I'm feeling, or there's a teenager in your life that this fits, whose description this fits. I feel that this young girl is on the cusp of womanhood in a way, like in many ways. I feel that this is her playing, being that teen, but I'm seeing her eventually moving over. She's like starting to get curious about things. What is that? What's that? Now whatever this is, it could be sex, it could be love, it could be whatever, but it's more mature themes. So you'll start to notice this budding woman that's coming out, this budding femininity, maturity that's coming out. And I feel like she may be a Pisces, or have a very watery personality, very dreamy personality in some sense. And I feel like I'm guided to mention this because if you're the mother or a maternal figure, I feel that this is the right time. Oh, okay. See this, where is it? You see this little bangle, this flower lay, I guess, around her hand? I'm feeling that she may get herself into trouble here, because I feel like you need to give her guidance. See, I feel like you need to pull her back and say, not say, don't ever go over there again, not like that, but pull her back and talk to her and say, hi, hey, I noticed that you've been, I'm feeling a library surrounded here. So if for example, if this is a girl who is into books a lot or something like that and is now starting to notice things in life like men or whatnot, she's not going to be noticing boys. She's going to be noticing men, I'm hearing. And I feel like older men, maybe somebody in the 30s has caught her eye. Early 30s, early to mid to late 30s has caught her eye or something like that. Somebody who comes by the house or just somebody she can meet in a library. Something, but I'm feeling a little too much naivete here. Obviously, like, what business does a 30-something-year-old man have with a 16-year-old? Don't get me started. But anyway, I'm feeling that you have to gently guide her back in. And I don't think that it's going to take a lot, because I don't think she's actually crossed that barrier yet. I want you to rein her back in and ask her, start talking to her and say, what's going on with you? Like, you're coming to that age where you're going to be interested in men and interested in things. Okay, I'm being guided to tell you to send her away. Okay. Send her away. What do you mean? At first I thought that meant like travel. They're telling, maybe she's friends with this person already. They're saying to tell her to befriend other people or send her away so that she can befriend other people, maybe people her age, people with her same interests. Send her on a trip somewhere, on a travel. I do feel like it's time to have some beginning talks with her about, choices, making choices. Yeah, because I'm seeing that she's getting too curious, but the way she's getting too curious, she's getting curious in an older man of some sort. I'm seeing this 37, but I'm getting like 34, 37. I'm just seeing that, and I don't really, let's be honest, I don't really trust this guy. And I'm not saying it's this guy scowling around. It's just like sometimes with men, no offense to any men watching, God bless, but I feel like some men given half the chance, given the opportunity, and I'm just seeing that defloraling in this card. So I'm seeing just to gently guide her away, send her into stuff with people her own age. Maybe I send her away. The angels are saying, maybe you'll know if this reading is for you. Okay. This might be directed towards a maternal figure, and you'll know. Maybe it's send her to an aunt or uncle's house or somewhere. And if that sounds legit, even if some of the details are a little different for you, like what library, then you need to follow that guidance, because I really don't want to see what happens. And just as I said that, I just saw this card after, and this guy just looks, ugh. So I don't want to see what happens after that, okay? Because I'm hearing teenage pregnancy. I'm just like, ugh, I don't even want to look, because I'm going to get mad. So please, that's a warning, okay? For someone watching. Yeah, and they're saying step it up. They're saying step up your parenting. They're saying you can't coast forever on this issue, whatever it is. So maybe you know what it is, or maybe you've been noticing some behavior. They're saying don't worry about being your daughter's friend so much, and don't worry about them being upset that you're bringing this up. Mom, God, none of that. They say don't care. Your job is to protect, and that you need to get on that, and to teach that protecting the heart is just as important as protecting the body. And when we're younger and when we're older, dear God, we all need that, right? But when we're younger, like those ages, we tend to not even think about protecting either one of them, and then we end up both body and heart being damaged or hurt or whatnot. And so they're asking for you to bring light to that situation. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm seeing, because I was wondering what these were. So I'm seeing these are confirmation for that same situation. Let's take a look. Older man, King of Cups again. Gotta walk away from that. 8 of Cups, walk away from it. So you have to send her somewhere else. Send her on a trip somewhere. Send her to mom and dad's, aunt and uncle's house out in Kansas, or something, or you'll know what it is. Another confirmation, King of Wands. Look at this guy coming in for this little Page of Wands. creepers, okay? Not feeling creeped out myself, but yes, feeling creeped out. I'm feeling that if you don't take action, it's going to be soon, because this person clearly is coming closer to this. So just keep that in mind. And I know that you'll know if this specific message about this young lady is for you, okay? You're going to know, because it's something you've been noticing. And if you weren't noticing and you're starting to worry about, not worry if you weren't noticing, but then you're looking at this and you're like, could that be for me? You'll know. The angels will let you know, okay? So we'll put that flower there. Super cute for her. Okay? Anyway, the last thing that I'm being shown here is that take a look at this. When I see this, especially, it tends to come out when there are things like karma on the board, or things like ascension on the board, or spiritual service. This is a life plan. You need to let this go. It's part of your soul's advancement, they're saying. And I'm seeing that once you do, this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful, transition. Notice the 1, not 2. Now again, if you're already in a relationship, that's fine. For you, then what you need to know, if it's a healthy one, of course, dear God, what you need to know is that you maintain that. But take some time for yourself in your own gentle ways and work on yourself. It'll only help your relationship, okay? And I do feel that your partner might give you the space that you need to do it. I do feel. So take a weekend away somewhere, go to your mom and dad's house where you can have a good excuse for staying somewhere, But either way, the transition that you're going to be going through, Capricorn, this month is going to be great. And I'm leaving this here also. I'm going to rest it right here next to this flower for this girl, because I'm feeling... Now, I don't want to say this. I want to say what I'm saying first. I'm feeling that it's going to be great if you can guide her, help her to guide her into womanhood and into beauty in herself. But I'm also getting, and maybe this is for one viewer or some, I have no idea, that, or the same one, that the opposite, if you don't do that, I hate saying this, but I'm just also feeling a very funerary feeling, with that. So whoever this person is that she's attracted to, or is dealing with, or they're dealing with. So this may be, a few of you may have daughters or children that resonate with this. And I'm getting dealing with, because that makes me feel a little like there's a drug situation for somebody. So, if you're listening and the answer is clear for all of them, please, Spirit is saying to send them away somewhere. Send them away. It's for their own safety, protection, and to allow them to grow unhindered and unsullied, so to speak. And the effects that I was seeing are ranging from, teenage pregnancy, broken heart, things like that. But now I'm also seeing funerary, because I almost want to do this, and that looks very much like a funeral situation. So Spirit is saying that you need to take action and step in and take action right away if that's that situation, okay? So please go into prayer about that. And then all of us viewers, let's say a little prayer. So dear God, please protect that situation and all of us as well, as we move on and we learn to accept what is and move into ourselves. But also for this situation here, which is a little bit alarming to me there, okay? So please, focus on that and send light into that situation. And take action, Mom and Dad, that's what you're here for. That's Mom and Dad's job. All right? So don't be afraid to be the authority. Just do it. I think there's still enough time to send this little one away under the guise of, go visit your uncle out and so, and God will take it from there, I really feel, okay? I'm hearing it takes a village on that, especially the one with the drug thing. If there's a bad boyfriend involved, they might try to come around, or they'd be too damn lazy to even make it out there to visit. Come on, these young boys. No shade. Throwing lots of shade right now, though. But they might keep wrapping up the head with texting and that bullshit. I'm so over it right now. It's a hindsight is 20/20 as an adult, but at that age they can't see it. So please do try to help with that situation. All right, okay, Capricorn, I'm gonna end this here. Wow, this was like the shortest reading I've done in a long time for the monthlies. Thank you so much. Mwah. I love you all, and have a lovely and blessed month. And if you'd like a personal reading, you know where to find me. Check below. If you'd like to donate to me, thank you so much. You can copy and paste that PayPal link into the search box, and boom, that's it. And you can donate. And lastly, I often post dailies and weeklies to the community tab in on my channel. So keep an eye out for that, because sometimes they're written. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.